Hello everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today I am getting out of my comfort zone because I know that a wide variety of you watch this channel and I want to provide something for everybody. So today, as I'm sure you could tell by the title, we are diving into all cool toned makeup. I like to keep my finger on the pulse in the conventional beauty space because I love to see what's trending. I feel like it all eventually sort of trickles down, but cool tone makeup is all the rage. Now, this is not something that I prefer on myself, though I am playing with it today. Nice comments only. I don't know, it's one of those personal things. I feel like I also have red framing my face, so it makes me automatically drawn to the warm tone. So I sat down, I did a deep dive on the website, I was digging through my collection, swatching, playing, and I came up with a large group of cool toned items for those of you who prefer that kind of undertone. So there's everything. We've got eye pencils, eyeshadows, lip products, I mean, everything that you could possibly imagine. I'm sure I missed a few things on the website. I did try to be as thorough as possible and also wanted this to be as concise of a video as humanly possible as well. So let's just dive right in. The first product I do not have, but I am very familiar with the formula. This is a quad from Inica. This is in the shade Wind. They do have the matching warm tone situation, which I have tried, and I can say the formula is gorgeous. Buttery soft, richly pigmented. In here you're gonna get two satin finish shadows, one shimmering highlight, and a rich deep dark matte that you can use in the outer corner, use as a liner, things like that, all in the cool tone variety. I will have an image up here so you can see. Retails for 52 bucks, great on the go, can give you a multitude of different eye looks, from a one and done to something a lot more understated, as well as a dramatic smoky eye. So I think this is a great thing to have in the collection, and a wonderful, highly pigmented formula as well. Moving along to our first eyeliner from Air Perez. I actually really love this formula. It's the Jojoba eye pencil. I use these predominantly on the top of my eyelid, like to draw a wing or just to add some definition. You can even use this as a cream shadow base because they are very emollient, so they don't tug at the eyes at all. This is in the shade Stone, and Stone is this stunning. I'm actually using it on my eyes today. It is this really deep, dark, slaty sort of taupe. It's got a little bit of a slight sheen. It's not a stark matte, and what I love about this formula is that it is safe to use for sensitive eyes. It comes in a variety of colors. There's a lavender actually, which I should have probably thrown in here as well because lavender is quite a cool toned color. I'll link that one down below, but great formula. Again, I prefer to kind of use it on the top of my eye than the waterline necessarily, but I love that these do not pull or tug. They're fantastic. Then from Fit Glow, I dug through the lip color serums, and while there is a variety, the one that was just screaming cool tone to me, and it is what I have on today, is the lip color serum in Regal. And this is one of those colors I think I did mention in a video. I was actually reaching for this a little bit more than I thought because a lot of these tones you will notice are very mauve-y. And mauve is that balance of pinky purple. It often is quite cool toned as well. It's almost got a little tiny bit of plum. And I actually do really like this on the lips. I think that this is gonna be a really nice nude option. If you have a deeper skin, on someone like me, you could see it's a little bit more pigmented. Still in the nude family, still not very inoffensive, but definitely giving that little hint of purple, which is nice when you're wearing a little purple outfit like me. But I feel like I don't need to talk too much about this formula. One of my favorites. If this color isn't speaking to you, I have reviewed almost all of these at length, so you're gonna see I'm gonna bang through this really quickly. If there are corresponding in-depth reviews on formula and full shade range, all of those will be down below. So I love these. If you haven't tried one and you were looking for a cool tone option, definitely need to try that. Then from Lily Lolo. Lily Lolo shadows, I sort of go back and forth with playing with. I think these are a great introductory eyeshadow. They're very easy to use. You get 8 different shades. The price point's really fair at $34 as well, but these do usually need a little bit of building up. I did a look recently actually with this palette. This is the Smoke and Mirrors. This is gorgeous, true cool tone. We've got a nice cool tone pink. More neutral tone champagnes into taupes, and then your more slaty grays and a rich shimmery black. I really actually like this palette. This is like a good in-between palette for me as someone who maybe just wants to dip my toes into cool toned waters. This is great. And one that I haven't used, but I do have in the collection is the Enchanted palette. This one's a little bit more of a jewel tone. We've got a great cobalt blue, a rich deep purple, and a little bit more of those gray tones. So if you were a little bit more bold, maybe this one's for you, and if not, the other one is a great, more subdued option. But again, great introductory eyeshadow. Sometimes these need a little bit of building up, but if you are fearful of it being too pigmented and you'd rather build up the color, highly, highly recommend this formula. And if I have that tutorial, I'll link that down below as well. Then from Manasi, there's a few brands. Manasi and Rituel de Fille are really kind of the cool toned heavy hitters. So from Manasi, first, we've got their all over colors, one of my favorite products on the website. I love anything that's multi-use. What I really love about this formula and shade range in particular is that it looks great on the cheeks and lips. And I find sometimes you feel like you have to choose one. So we've got a few colors. First of which is the shade Cicero. Cicero is described as a dusty mauve taupe. I would have to agree. This reminds me a lot of the lip color serum in Regal, so that could be an excellent pairing as well. We've also got the shade Manchetti. This one, when you look at it, it almost looks warm tone, but then when you swatch it, it's really quite cool. It's a lot more brown. It is a sandy brown. If you were looking for a true, if your lip color's more brown tone, this would probably be like the perfect My Lips But Better. And then finally, we've got the shade Toyer. Another one that when you look at it, maybe not so much, but then when you swatch it, it's really quite cool toned. It is like Manchetti's rich, deep, dark sister. Again, I probably classify this a little bit more like a neutral, but I wanted to just sort of throw those in the mix as options as well while we're here. Staying on the Manasi train, again, I love those for lips, cheeks, eyes, if you're feeling crazy, specifically those colors because they're more brown as well. We've got their eye and lip definers, another fantastic multi-use sort of situation. These retail for 28 bucks each. We've got the shade Yubari. Yubari is what I'm wearing today. It is this gorgeous, like medium brown, and it's got like a slight purple undertone. So I find that this actually is great to draw on the lips if you're looking to overline. It's really pigmented, so a little goes a long way, and then I'll sort of buff it out with my finger, as you could sort of see today, because it can be a little bit too dark. But if you have more rich complexion, I think that you would love that. And then we've also got the shade Yukon. Yukon I love with the shade Regal, a few different ones as well. This is just a dusty brownish mauve, like a true mid-tone cool tone that will go with a variety of different nudes. It would look great with some of those all over colors as well. This would also look great with Regal. It would pull a little bit more pink, but still that nice cool undertone that is great for mimicking the natural contours on the lips. All right, moving along to Rituel de Fille. Rituel de Fille Ash and Ember eye sets we're going to kick things off with. We've got 4 beautiful shades I wanted to share with you today. I'm going to be re-reviewing these soon because their packaging has since changed. They're a lot larger and easy to get your brush in there now. But they're this fantastic mix between a powder and a cream formula. They're only formulated with mineral pigment and oils, not any waxes. So these also are a lot more crease resistant than your traditional sort of hybrid shadow. But I love this formula, loved it for years. I mean, I'm crazy about this brand, but we've got 4 fantastic eye sets I want to talk about today. The first of which, so the thing with these is that these have a lot of dimension to them. So sometimes the base color is quite cool, but maybe the reflect in it is not. So I still wanted to include this one. This is the shade Mineralia. I love this for a smoky eye. It's gorgeous. It is this true rich, super cool toned chocolate brown, but there is almost like a red reflect in this. So it's like it's cool tone, but the reflect in it's a little bit warm. It's very subtle, it's very dimensional, it's very beautiful. I wanted to highlight this color while also mentioning that. The rest are a lot more true cold tone, cool tone sort of colors, the next of which is the shade Cultist. It is this gorgeous gray taupe with a golden sheen. Again, that's a more warm tone, but this doesn't read quite as gilded on the eyes as it does that true taupe. Then we've got the shade Serpent de Mer. Serpent de Mer is a burnt taupe with just a hint of violet. Again, these shades are so gorgeous. I can hardly stand it. These all make for excellent smoky eyes because of their dimension. And then finally, we've got the lightest in the bunch. This is the shade Flora. This is this gorgeous dimensional silvery lavender. I've got it on the inner corner, pulled into like just the initial third of my crease. Love this. This is like sort of where I dip my toes. I could sort of play with this. It doesn't intimidate me as much as the others, but it's a great light option, and again, great to pop on top any of those existing shades for a halo eye or something like that. Staying on the Rituel Defee train, I had to highlight their inner light cream pigments. I feel like I haven't talked about these in a while, but doing this video today, I'm wearing them on my cheeks. They're a beautiful, very matte formula that blends beautifully and has really even pigment. You can use it on the cheeks, eyes, lips. You know, I love a multi-use product. First of which, we've got the shade Lovesick. Lovesick is described as an innocent rose. And sometimes I feel like when I think of rose, I think of a really true pink. But this is very mauve-y, dusty mauve. This looks great, not as a contour, but if you're looking to intensify that contour, it looks so great with that because of that rich, cool tone. This looks really similar to the Fit Glow Regal as well. So if you want to put this on the lips, then layer the gloss over it, you could definitely do that. And of course, would make a phenomenal eyeshadow. And then we've also got the shade Desire. Lovesick, by the way, is what I have on my cheeks today, if you notice. And then we've got the shade Desire. Desire is described as a distinctive mauve. This has a little bit more purple to it than the last shade. The other shade is a lot more pink, but the tone of them is damn near identical, so it just depends on your sort of tone of choice. This is a real true blue mauve. And then speaking of mauve, we've also got a Rituel Defee Enchanted Lip Sheer. These are one of my favorite lipstick formulas on the market. I think I mention these in like every underrated product video because I just don't think they get their flowers. I wear a lot of the warm tone shades, but they do have an excellent cool tone in the shade Water Violet. It just describes as a cool tone pink, and that's exactly what it is. It would look great with the aforementioned light cream pigments, a true mid-tone mauve. But what I do like a lot about these, a lot of the shades I'm talking about, is how universally flattering they are, because none of them are too light or incredibly dark. So it's just kind of somewhere in the middle, which makes it a great introductory sort of situation. And then finally, I wanted to share two of the RMS highlights. I've got the shade Strobe. This is this gorgeous champagne-y mink shade. It's described as really reflective, almost silvery in tone. It's gorgeous. And then we've got the shade Blaze. Blaze is what is all over my eyes today, except for that Rituel Defee Ash and Ember in Flora. This is a muted silvery mauve. So you can see it almost looks more neutral on the mauve part, and then it flashes that really bright silver. It's got a lot of dimension on the eyes, a little bit purple, but not like screaming, hey, I'm wearing color. So it's still quite an understated look as well. So that is it, everyone. This is my little introductory cool tone video. This is a great resource for you to refer back to if you are looking for cool tone options. I really tried to be as thorough as possible, but sometimes things slip through the cracks. I didn't mention like every cool tone brown eyeliner per se, because most eyeliner I find is more neutral to cool tone. I wanted to do more just like fun, sort of not your basic, not your average sort of products, if that makes sense. So I hope that you found this helpful. If you need any other recommendations or you thought of something that I missed, please do make sure to leave a comment down below. But while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a big thumbs up, subscribe. I do upload new videos here every single week, and I don't want you guys to miss them. I would love to know if you are more of a cool toned person or a warm toned person. I'm sure you're more cool toned if you clicked on this video, and I'm kind of having fun playing with the cool tones today, so maybe this will expand my makeup palette forever, if you will. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of the consistent love and support. Our newsletters down below, direct links to every single product, as well as direct links to all of our social media handles. We're everywhere. Check us out, say hi, get reminded when videos go live from yours truly, get reminded when sales go live on the website, new product launches, all of that good stuff. It's right down there waiting for you. And then again, please do make sure to engage with this video. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much again, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.